So hello, today we'll start. We'll continue with the class on the heat transfer through the extended surfaces or fins. Okay, so in the earlier class, we have discussed about what are fins or extended surfaces. Okay, so how heat transfer through fins takes place. Okay, and the various assumptions we need to take while calculating the heat transfer through fins. Also about the temperature distribution through the surface of the fin. Okay, so these are the things we have discussed in the previous lecture. So we were doing the heat transfer through fins of different cases. The first one was of fin, of long fin of infinite length. And the second case was of a fin of finite length, but it is insulated at the tip. So today we will start with the third case, case number 3. That is the fin of finite length. The fin of finite length, you can see here, fin of finite length, and it loses heat at the tip by convection. So this is the third case. We will discuss this today. So first we will write the temperature distribution through this fin of infinite length. So let us write the temperature distribution. So T minus T ambient by T naught minus T infinity, T ambient, is equal to cos hyperbolic m LC minus x by cos h MLC. Now what is this LC? So this LC is the corrected length. LC is the corrected length of the fin. So in case of this rectangular fin, LC for the rectangular fin L plus T by 2. Okay, where T is the thickness of the fin. Okay, so this LC is the corrected length, and this is equal to L plus T by 2 for a rectangular fin, which we have considered. Okay, so for now this LC for circular fins or the pin type fins, for the circular or pin type fins, it will be equal to L plus D square by 4, where D is the pin diameter. So D is the pin diameter for circular fins or pin fins. Okay, so now the heat conduction through this fin, it will be see over here, the heat conduction through the fin fin root over PH KA. I hope you know these dimensions. T naught minus T infinity into tan of hyperbolic MLC, where L is the corrected length. So this is the heat conduction through this fin of finite length, and where it loses heat through convection through the tip. So this is the final formula for heat conduction through this type of fins. Q fin is equal to under root of P HK T naught minus T infinity tan hyperbolic MLC. So this is all about the three cases, three different types of fins. Okay, so I hope you have understood about the temperature distribution and the heat conduction through this type of fins. Okay, so now we'll discuss about another topic, and that is the fin efficiency. So we'll start the topic. Fin efficiency. So now what is this efficiency of the fin? So fin efficiency is is equal to Q actual by Q maximum. So the actual heat conduction which is taking place by the maximum heat conduction that can take place. So this is the fin efficiency. So this maximum heat transfer from the fin will take place if the entire fin surface were at the fin base temperature. Okay, so the maximum heat transfer will take place in the case of convection. Maximum heat transfer will take place in the case of convection. So now what is this? This Q max. Q max is the heat transfer that will take place through convection only. So convective heat transfer coefficient into A into Ts minus T infinity, or To minus T infinity, anything you can write. Okay, so now this A is equal to P into L for the rectangular fins. This area will be P into L. So now Q max is equal to P into L Ts minus T infinity. So this is the maximum amount of heat transfer that can take place through a fin. So this is the maximum heat transfer. Now the efficiency of the fin can write as tan H ml by ml, where m is equal to under root of pH by Ka. Okay, since we will be putting the values of n, Okay, so this is the efficiency of the fin. Okay, so as you can see over here, this efficiency is directly proportional to 1 by root over h, or the convective heat transfer coefficient. So the efficiency is inversely proportional to root of convective heat transfer coefficient. Okay, so this is a very important deduction. You should remember this. So now, if this value of h, is high, this value of h is high, so the efficiency will be less. The value of this h, if the value of this h is high, eta will be less, or the efficiency will be less. This value of h is high, the efficiency will be less. Okay, so in the case of generally liquids, this value of this convective coefficient will be high. Okay, so the efficiency will be less. Okay, so when the value of h is low, when the value of h is low, efficiency will be high. So this is true for air. Okay, so to get greater fin efficiency, we should use a value with low h. So that is why we use air as the ambient surroundings. Okay, so you have understood why you use air as the ambient surroundings, to have a greater fin efficiency. Okay, so this efficiency was for the fin of finite length and which loses heat through the tip by convection. Sorry, this formula for efficiency is for the finite length fin which is insulated at tip. Okay, so now we'll see the efficiency of fin for this third case, which is for finite length and which loses heat through convection. So for that, what will happen is that this L has to be changed to this LC, which is the corrected length. So let us see. So for the third case, okay, where there is heat loss by convection, the efficiency will be tan h MLC. Okay, so the corrected length by MLC. So this is for the third case. Okay, so this efficiency of the fin will be directly proportional to root over of K. See over here that this eta is equal to, you can see over here, this root over pH by K over here. So this root over K will go at the numerator. So this over here you can see eta is directly proportional to root over K. So as a result of this, what will happen is that this with the so the eta fin is directly proportional to root over of conductivity of the fin material. So when K will increase, the conductivity of the fin material will increase, so the efficiency of the fin will proportionately increase, and it will lessen with the value of K. Okay, so what will happen that for the same surface area, okay, the higher thermal conductivity material which will give a higher value of efficiency, Okay, so you understood this? Okay, so now we'll discuss another topic. Okay, this is the last topic, the effectiveness of a fin. So what is this effectiveness of a fin? The simple formula is the heat transfer with fin by heat transfer without fin. So this means that how effective is the heat transfer, how effectively the heat transfer is taking place with the use of the fin. So this is the measure of the effectiveness of the fin. That means how good the heat transfer is taking place with the use of this fin. So the formula of this effectiveness will be ml by root over HA by PK. I hope you know which symbol denotes what. Okay, so this is the formula for effectiveness of a rectangular fin. Okay, so here also you can see this effectiveness is directly proportional to root over K. Okay, and it is inversely proportional to root over H. Okay, so remember this thing, this can be asked in exams. Okay, so effectiveness will be higher. Effectiveness will be higher when you have low value of H, that is for air. So the effectiveness will increase. So we use air medium as ambient surroundings, so that we get a higher value of effectiveness, and it will be less for liquids. Okay, so this effectiveness, this value of effectiveness should be high, very high. This value of effectiveness should be near about, say, 200%. Okay, so if the value of effectiveness is about, say, 200%, we can use this fin, and if it is less than 200%, then we generally do not prefer to use fins. So it should be at least 200%, this value of effectiveness. Okay, Okay, so this is all about fins, and some simple important points is that for the effective heat transfer, this value of this Pk by Ha should be greater than 1. This value of Pk by Ha should be greater than 1. So the fins generally should have very high thermal conductivity. Okay, so these are some important points, that it should have a high thermal conductivity. Okay, and secondly, they should be thin and closely spaced. Okay, and the third important point is that they should be used such that they should be justified when the value of H is small. You already have known this. So the fins are generally placed on the side of the lower heat transfer coefficient. Fins are placed on the side of lower heat transfer coefficient. Okay, so some other points is that the straight rectangular type of fins are generally used and generally advantageous for surface heat exchange with gases. Okay, so but they are less effective for forced convection heat exchange, as in the liquids. Okay. And some other points is that the ratio of the perimeter to the cross-sectional area of the fin should be as high as possible. Ratio of perimeter to the cross-sectional area should be as high. Okay, and the fins generally the fins are made up of aluminium because of its low cost and resistance to corrosion. So this is all about fins. Okay, I hope you have understood these points. Okay, so with this I complete the lecture for today. So you have completed the portion on fins. Okay, so thank you.